Okay, it seems that the massive low end does not quite match to the rest of the track. Like when when everything else is playing, it's fine, but when you this massive low end hits, it kind of masks everything else. So it's maybe it's because it's a little bit too loud. Maybe you try to bring it down by a dB or two, or side chain it to the rest of the mids and highs. Because yeah, like I think someone mentioned that there's might be a conflict. I mean, it's not super critical, right? But it's just it would be a lot nicer if you can tame some of the things. And let me see what the chat is saying. There's some rhythmic conflict happening for me between beat and the vocal. The kick bumps the vocal into the ceiling a bit. The timing seemed better and not later parts. Okay, that's personally I like that loud bass. I really like that too. Don't get me wrong. I really like that too. Another trick I'd recommend for the bass is put a Fab MB on it and tame the low end. Tame it a little bit, and it will kind of fluctuate a little more. That would my yo Dooley, what's up, man? Long time no see, man. How you been? How you been? Welcome to the stream, bro. But don't get me wrong, man. I really like this track. I like the idea, and I really like how powerful the low end is. I really do, man. This is. Oh, I'm doing well, man. I'm alive, as you can see. By the way, fellas, tomorrow is my birthday, so this is actually a birthday stream. So we'll see. We'll see how long. If I take it to midnight, then it's gonna turn into my birthday, technically. So, anyways, thanks. So yeah, great track, man. Great track. But like I said, man, I used to make the same mistake with the low end. I used to think that more bass is better. That is not for me. I think it's like 9. Let me check. I don't have clock on my Windows, so I have to check every time. Time is, yeah, almost 10, 9:46. So yeah, like in 2 hours, pretty much. Yeah. So, anyways, about the low end, fellas, about the low end. I used to beef up my low end, thinking that the more bass I add, the better. The truth is actually the opposite. It's not the bass; it's lack of it that's gonna make the track sound really loud and really really tight on very like big systems, very nice systems. And I tell you why. When you overload your bass or kick with like really low end, I'm talking about like 30, 40 hertz, the kick should always sit between 50 and 60 hertz, and the bass should always sit above that. Okay, if you have anything below the kick, it's gonna sound muddy. Okay, so what happens is your kick and bass, they should sound um you should be able to hear them on a small device like a phone. Okay, but the phone will not reproduce this like 20 and 30 hertz. Okay, those are going to be for large systems that have subwoofers. And believe me when I tell you, the mastering engineers can easily bring up those frequencies, and they're going to sound really nice. So when you mix, do not worry about putting that additional 20 to 30. Okay, it can actually ruin the mix. Okay, don't worry about that. Make sure your mid-range is good, your high end is good, your like 50 60 is good, but don't worry. 20 to 40, forget about it, man. I'm not saying cut it. Okay, do not cut it, but I'm also saying don't like try to work in that area. Because, like, first of all, most of us can't even go that low unless you have a sub and unless you have pair of cans. Okay, but even with the pair of cans, you will not be able to accurately judge it. Believe me, you will only hear the results when you're in big like festival stage, like scenario, and you will hear that that those like 20 and 30 hertz are really really delicate, and they only come out, they don't need to be there all the time, you see.